Good morning, good morning. Hold on, let me just. First of all, God bless you for watching this video. And of course, I would like to thank you this morning for liking this video, sharing this video, and of course, watching this video. Just to thank the Lord, thanking God for all the things that He does for you and for everybody else, for protecting your society that you live in, for watching over you, while you're awake, while you're sleeping, wherever you are. Thank the Lord, for He is grateful. And of course, He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the overseer of all. And the fact that He has given us a free will to give us a choice to be able to thank Him in all His ways, because all His ways is for the purpose of good. Whether you take the right path or the wrong path, He is the God that uses you for great purpose, regardless of the decisions you make. Just one decision that you make will lead you into salvation, and one that you don't make will lead you into condemnation. But those choices are yours. But however, He gave you the life, the air. Imagine how important the air that you breathe in is, and why it's necessary for you to essentially, grow spiritually in order to connect. For us is essentially for us to grow. You see, I always mention about tongues, speaking in tongues, and I want to reference on that. I want people to understand that in the beginning, if you catch tongues, right, the power of tongues, you are then able to speak in a higher spiritual language, the language that is essentially your native language in the spiritual, because the spirit is you, right? And that is your true body. But the more and more you stay in tune with the spirit, the more fluent you become. It does not come and go like how people think it does. Once it comes, right, is either you keep going with it, you keep practicing, meaning that you keep staying in tune with God so that it can intensify in your body. And once it intensify in your soul, what happens is then essentially you are able to speak it like how I am speaking right now. And so it becomes part of your language, but it is a spiritual language for the spiritual side to communicate directly to God. But those who catch it and say, well, I need to be in the spirit to catch it. Well, the gift is given to you. The Holy Spirit is the gift. And it is the spirit that guides you. And if it's in all of us, because God gave it to all of us, the believers, even if you're a non-believer, it is because you have not activated, you have not recognized it yet. But it is to help you to find salvation. It is to help you guide along the path of salvation and righteousness. And so when you stay in tune, you will get the guidance, the instructions in order for you to be able to connect to the higher power. So praying in tongues, right? When you are in the spirit is one thing. However, if you like over time continuously do that, you will develop enhancement of that spiritual language, which makes it more fluent. It's just like a baby trying to learn how to speak. After a while, the baby will say more than two words and then say a couple of sentences. And then before you know it, the baby's putting sentences together and speaking fluently. It is the same thing. It doesn't matter what age you are, but once you catch it and you continuously practice it, right, you will obtain higher level spiritual words where it will become fluent and it will be changing because it is all languages in one, because it's the higher language. That means back in the days, that's the type of language that they used to use before they displeased God, because they talk directly to God. Now, I know in certain shows and alliterations and stuff like that, they show it in physical language, but that's the actual language that they used to speak in. So people need to recognize that once you can speak in that, you continue. Because if you catch, like fire, right? If you don't use it, then it dims and it dims and it dims until you have to recatch it like a spark again. However, if you continue to use it, it builds and builds and then it engulfs in flames. And so it becomes fluent where you can then, what's it called, tap into it any given time. It is the intensify of the level of tongues. See what I mean? So that you can speak it just like a language that is being spoken to. But it is because you have embedded in the spiritual side for so long that it becomes recognizable to you. So you can tap into it at any given time. That's what that means when you are charging your spiritual self. But if you catch it once in a while, oh, I have to be, then you have not did your time. See what I mean? You have not become an expert. And so that's why certain things do not change like how it should change. Intensify your body, intensify your spirit so that you can make a difference. Because you see, spiritual battles, you are fighting for all kinds of situations and circumstances. That's what you're doing. And so when you pray, you don't only pray for yourself, you don't only pray for your family, you pray for your society, you pray for the world, you pray for certain things that are taking place. Because some prayers are more intense than others. Some people are what? More powerful. So when they pray for certain things, there is drastic change in a vast way, quickly. Because spiritual, right, only abides by who is more powerful. So it's like, okay, if we're talking about topic A and subject, right, A is more powerful than subject B. If subject A talks about this topic, right, and subject B talks about the topic, the changes that will take place is only what subject A has discussed, because subject A was initially more powerful than subject B. You see what I mean? So whoever is more powerful will be the overseer of that sector that they pray for. And so people need to understand that. So that's why it's important to pray for all kinds of sectors. And so there's level of sectors that allows you to be more intense, right? And more changes can happen if more prayers are, in fact, directed in that subject or path. So stay motivated, guys. Today, of course, is, Tuesday, January 2023. And of course, the early morning positive message. But thank the Lord for all his ways and all the things that he chooses to do for you, simply because he paid a price, right, long before we were created. And he did all of these things, right? He did it physically, mentally, and spiritually. And so we have all the examples, no excuses. Do not look at your circumstances of the physical aspect, regardless of what holds you back, right? Regroup and move forward. Regroup, stay motivated, and push forward. Any kind of situation that you're going through, any type of task that you are going through, understand that these methods of regrouping physically, mentally, and spiritually, and connecting all three will help you to achieve that level. But do not leave God out of any situation. Understand that regardless of your events, it is God that gives permission. He gives permission on both sides of accounts. And so let God protect you under his shadow of wings so that no evil shall prevail in your life or in any circumstances that is fighting you. Because guess what? If God says no, nobody can say yes. And you cannot deceive God. So like, comment, and share this video. Thank you for the morning listen. Have a great day, guys. Bye now.